Yeah, this is Man vs. Music. You know what I'm saying? Michael Eichel in the building, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do it like this. It ain't flavor, it's fever. Niggas got penny on the wall. I'm on that. Niggas got phony on the ball. I'm on that. Get it, I'm on that. Yes, I'm on that, man. I'm on that. Get it,
So, I don't know if y'all know, but Empire has been snatched up for a second season. That only means that they have accomplished what they set out to accomplish in more ways than one. Although there's still a lot for them to do, they have another season coming up, and this is just huge. A major network like Fox, this is just huge. And we get into this particular episode with Tiana giving me some Rihanna tease with the guys in the sand, and they're kicking up the sand, and giving me all Rihanna tease. And then Veronica comes out. You know, I kind of poked fun at her in the first review, but you know, she comes out, and I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Okay, feature. I don't really understand how you put two to two together, but Tiana and Veronica, I mean, it's cool. I like the fact that Tiana got her moves down and she dancing or whatever. And you know, of course, Hakeem is looking in the background. I'm like, yeah, that's my chick. Yeah, I banged her. Yeah, that's my chick. Then Lucius comes walking up and he pats Hakeem on the back because he sees Hakeem is staring just a little bit too hard. Just a little bit too hard. And then out of nowhere, Tiana bumps into Veronica. Now, there's some beef and some spatting going on here. And I'm like, what's going on? Veronica thinks that Tiana has done it purposely. And she's like, where's my manager? Where's my manager at? And so the manager comes up behind Lucius and kind of like trying to check Lucius real quick. And I'm thinking to myself, bruh, do you know what you're talking about? And Hakeem was like, yo, watch your mouth, my dude. Don't get roughed up, you know? All of that good old jazz. And then, you know, the manager's like, no, Lucius like, well, I'm going to have a conversation with Veronica, you know, after this and blah, blah, blah. And the manager's like, yeah, I know, I'm going to be there. Then Lucius like, you know what, matter of fact, we can have this conversation right now in my trailer. I was like, oh boy, here we go. Here we go. So they get to the trailer and Lucius grabs a cane from one of the security guards. He goes in and he beats up the manager. Then he walks out and he says he's gonna need, he had a little accident in there. He's gonna need some cleaning up or whatever the case may be. And the security guard's like, no problem, boss. And then the lovely Cookie comes up. And at first, Lucius is trying to like block her, you know, from going near the trailer because he just got finished whooping that dude's behind. And I'm caught up to the point where Cookie wants to have a conversation about Bunky's funeral. I'll be right back because I'm actually watching it right now and I'm coming back. So I'll be right back. So Kid Fofo has signed with Creedmoor. Why do we care? Because Lucius doesn't want anybody to have a one-up. Doesn't want it to look like Creedmoor pulled Kid Fofo from Lucius. So Lucius wants to get all in Creedmoor's ass. Barehanded, no glove. I'm like, all right, Lucius is being cocky and Lucius has his pride or whatever the case may be. But Becky comes in and tells Lucius that a detective is in the office. Lucius visits the detective and the detective tells him that there's an eyewitness to who killed Bunky. Of course, Lucius is not happy about it because he's the one that killed him. So, Lucius gets with his son, Trey, well, Andre, but Trey in real life, and tells him to get his people to look into who was the witness to make sure that the DA doesn't really screw anything up and he really wants to know who it is. But Andre is not dumb, because Andre is sensing something. And you know what? I'm really loving the fact that we have a season 2 coming up, because this right here is going to get good. What kind of twists and turns are there going to be? And shout out to everybody that was correcting me on Cookie's term. It was supposed to be 30 years, but she got out in 17, and obviously she got out because she struck a deal. So we're just curious to figure out what that deal was and what is she testifying to. Saga blogger. Cookie is retarded. Taraji P. Henson is retarded. She's auditioning songwriters and no, I'm walking A, B, C, and 1, 2, 3, and no, I'm talking about N, no P to the Z, and no. I'm like, what is this dude talking about? And I'm like, wait a minute, I know they're not serious. I know they're not serious. Man, get out of here with this crap. This, she said soccer blogger. Oh man, this show is funny. Okay, so this is getting good because Lucius's new chick has hired a secret detective, a special investigator, whatever you wanna call him, an undercover, to sneak tip on Cookie. And of course, she got wind of the conversation that she had with the feds. So Vern's looking at it, Lucius looking at it, and the chick, I cannot remember her name. They never mention her name during the show, or they do, but I don't know. And so Lucius goes to visit Cookie. Cookie is crying over Bunky's dead corpse. And she's like, I can't believe he's gone. He was and Lucius like, he was one of the most loyal. And he was like, and I used to think the same way about you, Cookie. And then Cookie turns around and is like, what are you talking about? And then Lucius has this like crying moment asking or saying that, you know, if anyone comes in between me and this company, I will, not that I will kill them, but they will be my enemy. You know, this is our family, this is my family. And she's like, this is my family too, or whatever the case may be. But you know, Lucius puts on a good act. And so we meet Cookie's sister, and Cookie's sister like, girl, I ain't tell nobody about what you got going on with the fees, girl. What you talking about? And we're at Bunky's funeral. We see Gladys Knight. Gladys Knight is looking so great and so grand, and her voice is so awesome and so beautiful. And you know, Lucius puts on this great speech for Bunky, saying that Bunky visited him, that he turned Bunky down, and that he regrets it. Terrence Howard is putting on a show. I mean, Lucius is putting on a show. You know what I really thought was awesome? The casting is really, really spot on. There were no, well, not spot on. Let me not say that. But it's very diverse because you have a very visually, the extras are very real. There were so many people with missing teeth at this funeral, like, and it reminded me of watching like, it reminded me of seeing a long lost cousin that I hadn't seen in a long time, and she say, "Hey baby," and when she say, "Hey baby," her two fronts is missing. I was like, wow, this is really bringing me back, you know. I don't know, what do y'all think? Okay, so Andre is a hoe, and Andre fucks Deputy Alvarez in her office to get information about who the cops are gonna interrogate to figure out if the witness knows anything about Lucius killing Bunky. And obviously it's a homeless guy, he's speaking in tongue, he doesn't really know much. Sounds like a lost case. But his wife overhears him on the phone talking to Alvarez, and you would think that any typical gal would get crazy and question how he received the information. And although she does question it, she literally wants to know how she received the information. And so Andre has sex with her the same way that he has sex with Deputy Alvarez. And the girl says, call me by her call me by her name. What kind of freak show is this? This is very interesting, and Empire seems to be taking a lot of twists and turns this third episode. So Cuba Gooding Jr. is back on TV. I haven't seen Cuba Gooding Jr. in like 1,000 years. He still looks good though, and he is playing Puma, Cookie's love interest, or someone that was really interested in Cookie way back when they first started this whole music thing. But of course, she was with Lucius, so he could never have her. Cookie goes after him, or goes to find him, so that he can write a song. But he ends up actually sending her an old song from their past that she loved back in the day, but Lucius never cared for. And she gives it to Jamal, and Jamal, you already know, is going to jazz it up. So, the wife's name, or the girl's name, that I keep forgetting, is Anika. They never really mention her, and when they do, it's like in one ear and out the other. And this whole case is for them to find out information about Frank. Now, I don't know if I lost it or whatever, but I don't know what Frank they're talking about. So I am still trying to figure this whole mess out, but I'm sure y'all gonna leave comments below the video and tell me who the hell Frank is. I'm just looking forward to the finale performance. This episode is kind of like on the dry side, but it's still good nonetheless. You know what? I can honestly say that it is kind of awesome. I don't know how to say this, but my father was nowhere near as evil as Lucius is. And not that I really had a strong relationship with my father, but now he's heavily in the church. And he knows his son is heavily in the gay life. I mean, my life is publicly out there. The whole world watches little old gay me. And my father has been trying to reach out to me for the longest and try to reconnect and reconstruct a bond of some sorts with me. And when I look at Lucius, I really, for the life of me, cannot understand how a father can treat their child the way that he's doing Jamal. Obviously, he knew that Jamal wanted to perform the song. But apparently, Lucius bought Puma's song back in the day, and he owns the rights to it. I don't understand why the hell Puma did not know that, and why Puma sent Cookie the freaking song. It doesn't make sense. But like I said, I'm watching it currently, and I'm coming back and forth to do critiques on each commercial, before each commercial break. But I don't know, it's very disturbing. I like the fact that he was able to speak his mind before leaving the house, but even still, that's crazy. And I just don't understand how Hakeem doesn't stick up for Jamal. Hakeem doesn't stick up for Jamal. Anika doesn't give two worth a damn. And it just sucks. Because if it was Jamal, Jamal would have Hakeem's back. The whole situation at the table was awesome, though. I like the rivalry between Anika and Cookie. I really do. I think it's cool. They just need to come to blows and get it over with, because Anika gets on my nerves. And so the drama begins because Jamal has had it. He throws Lucius the keys and says, "I don't need your apartment. I don't need you. I'm a man." That line when he said, "I'm a man," it kind of looked so, it looked so forced, but it was cool to hear him tell his father that I'm a man. His lips are shaking and shit. And he's like, "Michael." And Michael comes up and he's like, "Pack your things, we're out of here." Michael was like, "What?" Michael was like, "Are you sure about that? I mean, I love you and everything, but look at where we living." Then they go out to the street with their bags packed. And, you know, Jamal finally says to himself, and out loud actually, that he's going to do this thing. He's going to take over the company. He's going to run it. Oh man, this show is really interesting. I like the exchange between Cookie and Boo Boo Kitty. She's like, "Do you even know what a debutante is?" Cookie is a mess. I love it. I love this show. Y'all need to support this show. Season 2 is in effect, and I am completely overjoyed by that. This is something new and refreshing to watch on a major network. And I look like the people, and the people look like me, so that makes it all the better. It really does. I'm completely overjoyed. And Hakeem with Naomi Campbell. That is insane. I can't even believe that Naomi Campbell actually did the role. Like, not to say that she's above anything, but really? Kissing that little boy? Really? I mean, he's of age, but there was even a wet spot on her upper lip because he was sucking on it too much. I was like, wow. This show's off the hook. This was really good. I want to know what you guys think, so leave your comments below the video. I am Wesley from A Connection TV, the network. Hopefully you were able to ask God with me, and like myself, you really enjoy Empire. This is.
Yeah, this is Man vs. Music. You know what I'm saying? Michael Eiffel in the building, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do it like this. It ain't flavor, it's fever. Niggas got penny on the wall. I'm on that. Niggas got phony on the ball. I'm on that. I'm on that.